Hello, travelers. Tara here, Hidden Lotus Tarot, and I'm coming to you today. It is January 16th, 2017, with the general reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is a general reading, so the messages will not resonate with everyone, in which case I ask that you go back and check your moon and or rising sign as the videos are posted. Welcome new subscribers. For my diehards, thank you for sticking around into the new year of 2017. A lot of you perhaps do not know or are not aware that I did post the December monthly videos. I did that back in November, but you can find them under the December playlist. If you go back and look, I've taken down the majority of the playlist. I've done that for a reason, but December is still there. And that way you can go back and view your sun, moon, or rising for December 2016 and kind of perhaps maybe glean a little bit more information in conjunction with the reading I'm about to do now. If you would like to get a personal reading from me, you can simply click on the little banner up here in the right hand corner. There are going to be 2 or 3, 4 of them maybe. Click on that and it will take you directly over to the website. I do readings 6 days a week, and my turnaround time is between 48 to 72 hours. Let's see. I think that's it for right now. We are still under the Mercury direct shadow phase. We are still dealing with Uranus direct. It went direct on the 29th of December, so it takes a while for it to pick up speed. Uranus is in Aries. Uranus is sudden changes, unconventionality, strange things. Aries is the sign of me. So there's a kind of a selfish quality, and that's what I think we're seeing within our politics here. And with our president-elect, he's a very unconventional individual, and he seems only to be concerned with himself. That is not a political statement. I am not trying to say one thing or the other about the president-elect. I'm just saying those are simply the appearances. And again, the first house rules your presentation, how other people see you, your packaging, how you appear to other people. Now, well, I do have the, I see this card has just popped out for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It was also in the reading. This is the Three of Wands, and this is the card of launching, of plans, of contemplation. We don't know if that guy is waiting for his ships to come in or if he has sent his ships out, okay? But it also is a 3. So, now, there is no timing in the tarot, okay? So, for some of you, this may be energy that has already started. For some of you, it may not start until the end of the month and play out all the way through February. And again, you know, in order to gain more insight into your specific personal situation requires a personal reading. Take what you can from this reading and disregard what you cannot. I have the La Vida Sibila, the Sibila Indivina, and the Angel Answer cards. We're going to wrap up the reading with one of those. 9 cards down. We start out with the 3 of Wands, the 8 of Cups, the 9 of Cups. Wow. Okay. The Page of Swords, the Star card. Now, we have a new moon in Aquarius coming up on January 28th, I believe. It is the same day that we are out of the Mercury direct shadow phase, okay? We also have our first eclipse coming up for 2017 will be in February, and it will be in the sign of Aquarius. It will run across the Aquarius-Leo axis. Aquarius rules groups and friendships, the 11th house. Leo rules babies, lovers, and friends, okay, and hobbies. That's personal friends as opposed to group friends, okay? So your groups can be your charity, your church, your motorcycle club, your quilting circle. We have the 3 of Cups. Now, we are also at the beginning of the Jupiter in Libra cycle. The first, 3 months, it went in October, November, December, January. Right. And Jupiter brings opportunities. It is the planet that rules Sagittarius. So this is going to be about new belief systems, new ideas, new opportunities to expand your horizon across intellectual and geographical locations. Um, but the thing about Libra rules the seventh house, and the seventh house is the house of partnership and marriages. So this could also be about business partnerships, but it is also about marriages or those things, those types of relationships in which you are committed to. But what happens when Jupiter comes in to Libra is that it asks you to look at the balance in those particular relationships. And it can also present opportunities for multiple relationships to occur at the same time. I bring that up because I have two threes here. I have three threes here, and then a two of cups, and the moon. And underneath, I have the nine of pentacles. Now, for those of you who are new to tarot, the cards are broken down into two decks, into two separate sections. We have what are known as the major arcana cards, which would be your star card and your moon card. The major arcana represent life lessons or spiritual lessons. This is about your spiritual evolutionary growth. And the only way that we do that is through experiences that we have on the physical plane, which are what the pip cards represent. The pip cards are your numbered cards, three of coins, three of wands. They also are your court cards, which would be your pages, your knights, your kings, and your queens. Okay. The wands represent, this is a fire energy, and they represent your ambition, your passion, your desire, your willpower. I kind of liken these to emotions. The cups do rule emotions: love, anger, fear, sadness, heartache, joy. The swords represent thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, ideas, communication. And the coins can represent either finances or the actual doing of the work on the physical plane. The way the cards are read are past, present, future, past, present, and future, and of course the interplay of the cards. The overall energy of the spread is the Nine of Pentacles, okay? And what I'm looking at here in the center is the Star card. The Star card represents peace, hope, optimism, wishes, and dreams, okay? It rules astrology. So in other words, divine timing. It rules the cosmos. It is also the card that speaks about showing yourself as you truly are. But it also represents Venus. And I think we have a Venus in Aquarius transit going on right now. So in other words, Aquarius is more of a detached, emotionless kind of energy. It looks at things from an objective standpoint. And Venus is an earth sign. It is all about sensuality, things on the earthly plane, but it also rules balance. The seventh house of Libra is ruled by Venus, and Libra represents the balance in things: fairness, equality, harmony, peace. And so those are two separate energies. I can see this is our focus, the star card in the center. And what I see is that for some of you, you've had to make a decision, and you have decided that you are going to walk away from something. Now, the reason why I say this is because we have these threes here. This could be that either the person or the partner that you are with, there has been, is seeing someone else, or you yourself have met someone else. Or sometimes what will separate people and who are in a relationship with each other is not necessarily a person. It could be a thing. It could be simply that you no longer agree on or see eye to eye on very, very fundamental views in terms of the relationship. Maybe in terms of the way the relationship is going. Maybe the way the person handles their money or they don't handle their money. Maybe the person has addiction issues. So it could be any number of things. So that's why the seventh house is not only known as the house of partnership and marriage, but it is also known as the house of open enemies. And this is typically either a third party coming into the situation and or a situation rearing its head that becomes like the elephant in the room, okay, that comes between two people. Now, I have Saturn in Pisces, which represents the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is a card about someone no longer feeling satisfied emotionally, or that they are able to grow in the manner or being accepted, or they no longer feel the same. Okay, and they feel that something is missing. What stands out to me the most about this Eight of Cups card is that the person leaves in the middle of the night. They don't even take anything with them. Okay, they just put their cloak on, they get their stick, and they keep it moving. Now, I could say for some of you, this 9 is it represents Jupiter in Pisces. Now, Pisces is the most karmic sign. It is the 12th sign on the zodiac wheel. And Pisces is also all about sacrifice, martyrdom, blurred boundaries, things hidden below the surface, the subconscious. And so we have this person sitting here. They're kind of resting as if to say, you know what? I got everything that I want. You know, my dream has come true. I'm happy with that. But it's a 9 that tells me that there's one more cup. So there's something else that that is needed to complete, quote unquote. Excuse me. Jesus, excuse me. To complete the scenario. Okay. So we can see that either someone has left, and perhaps that's what you wanted all along, or perhaps you are leaving and you finally are getting your wish of freedom, okay, or whatever it is that you desire. But this is definitely starting something new. This is a start. And we must remember that when we start something new, that there will be trials and tribulations that come up. That's just the way it works. We can't expect to have something new and everything to go hunky-dory, okay, and we not have any challenges, because if we do that, it's going to be boring and we don't learn anything. Now, I can see here we have this Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords is a student of communication. This would be a younger air sign individual, a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, and he can sometimes be very cutting and biting with his words. But this card also, swords rule communications, thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, ideas, and concepts. So this could be about perhaps you getting a message. Pages bring news, but they also bring, it's a new energy coming in. So this could be about a message coming in for you. This could be about starting a new editorial project. Perhaps you are a blogger or a writer, or you do podcast. Maybe you work in the print industry. This could be also about getting text messages, Facebook messages, some kind of new message coming in. And whatever this new message is, we see that it has placed someone in the position of starting to build something new. Now, this represents Mars in Capricorn, and we do have Mars in Capricorn right now. And Mars is an action planet. He rules the fire signs, okay? He is all about that determination, that aggression, that fire, you know, that spirit of going to get him. Capricorn says, well, it's a more structured, it is ruled by Saturn, so it is more structured, and it wants you to follow the rules, okay? And if people don't follow the rules and they're not behaving ethically or in a balanced and fair manner, then, you know, people tend to get upset. So what we see here is two people going to a third person. Now, this third person is in an elevated position. See, he's standing on a bench. And these two people have come to him to try to finalize, or at least look over or discuss the idea of building something. Here we have that, okay? And here we have the 3 of coins. So this could be about starting anew, going into partnership with somebody new, bringing a third party into a business. But it could also be about someone turning their back on one partnership to build a new partnership. And maybe this is what the news is about. We see that here, the star card. So if we want to say that whatever this news is that has come in, it is something that you have most definitely been hoping and waiting for, and that the timing in one respect has come about or will be coming about. I do have, this is the only eclipsed moon in the deck. So this could be around the time of the eclipse. But the thing about eclipses is that they hide things, and it can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months for you to figure out exactly what's going on. I do see in one respect that whatever this news is that's come through, it is something that this is about a celebration. So maybe you have decided to go back to school. Maybe you have decided to go ahead and purchase that new house, or maybe you have decided to go ahead and get that weight loss surgery. This is about celebrating something. This is about 3 people coming together to celebrate. It could be an engagement, a graduation, a baby shower, something that you want to celebrate with friends. And we see, look, we have the 3 threes here, and they are lined up in the knighting together. Okay, so this is starting something new. Perhaps it going quite well, and we're celebrating that, and we want to continue, we want to build. But remember, these are 3s. This is just the start of something. Now, I have the 2 of Cups here, and what this is telling me is that across this row, this is the start, a building of a brand new partnership, the 2 of Cups. So if this is not about an engagement, it could be a wedding, it could be, okay, finally the time has come, we got everything that we need, let's get everybody together, let's go ahead and get married. This is also just the card of partnership. So maybe this is about meeting someone or bringing a third party in and building a new partnership. But this is the kind of partnership that you can, in a sense, kind of bank on. This is something where everybody's going to benefit. Everybody's on the same page. Everybody gets along. There's harmony. There's peace. Even your health is going to improve. This is about the best of both worlds, but it is also about the partnership with yourself, marrying the feminine with the masculine and gaining some kind of balance for yourself. But it ends here with the moon card, and this is the Pisces card in the deck. So I have 2 Pisces cards here. This represents the Venus in Cancer. Now, we just had the full moon in Cancer, so maybe this is speaking to the timing that just occurred on the 12th, and maybe this is when you got the news that you've been waiting for. It came through with the full moon. But the moon is also about hidden things. It is about the subconscious. It is about fears. It can be about desire, seduction, and romance. It can also, it's the feminine energy, so it could be about a woman. The mother, if this is perhaps a new baby coming in, maybe somebody has discovered that, or they want to start a family, they're going to get married, they're getting married because they discovered that there's going to be a baby coming here, because it kind of reads like a marriage, but it's really, and if it's not a marriage, if you're single and you're not in the place to get married, then this is definitely about some new type of relationship that's coming through for you, some new type of partnership. And maybe you walked away from an old partnership because you met your dream partner, right? But the moon, this ending in a moon, in the moon here, 9 of Cups, 3 of Cups, the moon. This kind of tells me that there's something that you don't know, or something that's has not been revealed. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be anything bad. It could just simply be that there's some part of whatever your plan is, the start of your plans, that has unbeknownst to you yet, and it has not revealed itself. So if some of you feel that you're missing some of the information, or something doesn't feel complete, this could be what the moon is representative of. I also feel with these 3 cards here that this is speaking to the upcoming eclipse in February. And I want to say that's February 26th. So you don't want to make any big decisions or sudden moves, let's say 3 days before and 3 days after. And then after that time frame, if you have to make changes or make big decisions, go carefully, be as careful as you can. Do your research, because this card could also be about research. Ask questions if you need to go to some type of professional counselor, advisor, please do that. Because there's something that you don't know yet. And that's what eclipses do. They hide things. This is not to say that the person that you're interested in uh, may have somebody else. That very well could be, because I have these three threes here. And three threes speak to excessive cheating and flirting. So it could very well be that if you meet somebody new and you think this person is your dream person, please go slowly, okay? Because there could be something about the individual that you don't know about, all right? And that's just prudent and cautious. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is the card about self-sufficiency. It is about someone who has worked really, really hard and they've accumulated their wealth, whatever that wealth may be, on their own. They haven't had handouts, or they haven't ripped anybody off to get it. They've worked really, really, really hard. And this is about, again, celebrating the rewards of your hard work. Okay, and it is about taming the wild side, your desires, your fears, what have you, like she's tamed that bird on her hand in order to get where you are. You can see she's standing in her garden of grapes. She has her fine clothes on. So this is about perhaps maybe attaining a level of stability and security in whatever manner that means for you, after a lot of hard work. Now, if that is the case and there's somebody new that has come in, again, be cautious. That person, there may be something about that person that you don't know. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cup cards here. So what this tells me is that there is deep emotion and passion involved. This is not always about love per se, but there are some deep, deep emotions, and it's kind of like all over the place. An 8, a 9, a 3, and then a 2. So it's like I lose something, I walk away from something, I gain something, I'm celebrating something, and it turns out to be, the partnership that I've been waiting on and looking for. But here's that moon. And I cannot ignore the 3 threes. And it's almost like the cards are saying, while your back is turned, okay, your hopes and dreams come true. And maybe that is the warning. Maybe you need to not be so fearful of getting out and trying something new, okay? Expanding your horizons, meeting new people. As we can see, we have the 9 of Cups, the Star card, and the 3. So for some of you, not all of you, for some of you, you really are. This is something really coming through for you. But this 8 of Cups, the Star, the 2 of Cups, that kind of says the same thing. I'm leaving one thing for another because I have a vision or an idea, or now I've gained the clarity, because sometimes a star can be about clarity of what I want my relationships to look like or be like. And this is what the Jupiter and Libra cycle can do. It can have you, this is about relationships and partnerships coming up for review. There is a change in the air, and it is going to be a fundamental change on all levels for everybody. It just will depend on what your personal circumstances are of how you may most be affected. But this moon card, and that's the one that bothers me the most. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take a look. I want to take a look first at the 8 of Cups. Maybe the Sibelius will tell us why someone is walking away or feeling that they're walking away. This could even be, a breakup over over the last eclipse on September 16th. That was our last eclipse of 2016. That was my birthday, by the way. And the negative part of this card is behaving as though you don't need anybody else. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. This is the energies are just kind of odd coming off of here, and I can't kind of pinpoint really what they're trying to tell me. I do feel that this is related to this was related to the last eclipse, and this is going to be the first eclipse. Now, eclipses follow sequences, so the eclipses coming up this year will go all the way back, I think, to 1990. the year 1990 or 1993. So this is a repetitive cycle. I'm not looking at necessarily karma, although, you know, karma is really about the choices that we make and the consequences or the rewards of the choices. So if you can think back to what you were doing, most times I can't even think back to yesterday. But also, eclipses, when they occur, will transit back over the previous eclipses points. And we know that that was on the Pisces Virgo axis. And that is the axis of karma and destiny and fate. So let's take a look at, you know, this could be about somebody walking away from the relationship and just moving on, and maybe finding out later on that the individual, unbeknownst to you, is about to get married. I don't know. You know, it could play out any way. You know, instead of this Eight of Cups, let me look at this Page of Swords that just jumped out of the spread at me. This knighting. That just jumped out at me. Consolante sorpresa. A consolation, a surprising consolation. Maybe that's why that's a 9. I got, you know, remember I said there's something else there that we want. Why? Because it's 9 cups. The numbers go up to 10. La Vecchia Signora. She represents perhaps an elderly female, a friend, someone who gives advice, but she also speaks to changes. I don't have any 5s here. The only repeater numbers are the 3s. The Belvedere. I feel that this is speaking to someone trying to accept a change in a situation. Either they are walking away, or someone has walked away from them in any way that this means, and someone trying to look at it or view it as that's the way it was supposed to be. Someone who's trying to accept the situation. Maybe they have gone to someone who's they can talk to try to put things in perspective, and that person that says, you know what, you know, just keep looking out for the future because things will change. Yeah, we see this. And that, you know, you're looking at it as, okay, well, you know, I have to accept it. I was surprised by it. I have to accept it, and trying to make peace with it. I think that's what that is. And the message, or maybe this is a message from someone telling you, you know, try to make peace with the uncertainty of whatever this is. It doesn't look like uncertainty, but there's a bunch of weird energy here. I can't quite pinpoint it. Yes, see, someone walking away from a situation, but having difficulty doing so. This is the desperate jealousy. This is excessive attachment to a situation. Disgrazia, an extreme, a misfortunate event. This is like the Tower card. So this could be suddenly finding out that someone's walking away. We see that here. But this is a sudden energy. And then someone being very depressed or sad or even ill. Maybe this is about having to put aside whatever this 3 of Wands is because somebody took ill in the family and they had to walk away. Okay, they had to walk away from the start of something because they had to go and take care of another sacrifice. This is like, again, another a necessary sacrifice. But as we can see here, perhaps if this is someone who took sick, perhaps you've just gotten the news that they are going to be recovering and are very well. Okay. Maybe this is you after being depressed of having to walk away from something, and now you're starting to get your mojo back which is always a good thing. Well, the superbia, vanity and arrogance and haughtiness. Now, remember I said this could also be someone who's acting as though they don't need anybody else. That can be vanity, but it can also apply to this. Okay, I don't know why that card fell out. This could be you being so stuck up that you got everything you need. You don't need nobody else. This could even be about somebody showing you their true colors. And some of you may be dealing with another water sign. It could be any sign, really. I've got all of the suits represented here. But the cards that take the most weight is the star and the moon. And these are two of the three things. These are the forces that govern everything. In other words, there is no control over. You have no control over how the planets do, what they do, when they do it. And you got no control over the moon. If it's full, if it's waxing, if it's waning. Okay, you got no control over that. So these are forces beyond your control. And I think that there is something about this situation that you're going to have to either accept that you have no control over it, okay, or try to figure out how to roll with the punches. That's what I'm getting. Let's look at this. I want to look at one of these threes. And I'm going to look at this Three of Coins because it precedes the Two of Cups. Thought. The Pensiero. The Il Nemico. The man who acts in secret. The rival, the enemy. Concealed hate. The Dilettante. Stupid actions and stupid behaviors. Now, these three cards coming on the Three of Coins says to me that there is indeed a third party who has come into the situation. This could be romantic. It could be familial. It could be business partnership. Same-sex or heterosexual. This Il Nemico is somebody who has inserted themselves into the situation and they have an ulterior motive. And perhaps they have caused a lot of havoc. We have stupid actions and stupid behaviors. Maybe there have been fights. You see, on the surface, it looks like everything is very calm and cool and placid. But remember I was talking about the 7th house. The 7th house, the upper half of the natal chart rules public life. The bottom half, okay, from the 1st house, well, actually from the 12th house over to the, I want to say 5th or 6th house. I can't see it in my head. Rule what happens in private. What's at the top of that is what happens in public. That's your public life. Libra is a very superficial sign in the sense that the 7th house rules partnerships and marriages, but it is how those partnerships and marriages are viewed from the outside. So you know that couple, they've got a great house, they've got the 2.5 kids, they look happy as all get out, but what nobody knows what's going on in the house is that maybe the woman is a raging alcoholic. Maybe the guy is an abuser. Maybe one of the kids is a psychopath and tortures the cat and the dog. We don't really know what's going on behind closed doors. And this is what this card is saying to me, that there's some secret things going on here. So this is surface. Let's look at the maybe they're deep in debt. You know, I mean, it's surface stuff. What appears, what's on the outside, is not really what's happening. And perhaps this is why the moon card has come out. See, and the star is shining light on that. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Because what happens when the moon comes out, even with the stars, they are luminaries, but they don't give us the clarity that we need, like the sun. Okay, this can be gaining mental clarity, And these, the way she's pouring the water from, she's drawing water up from one pool and pouring it out over the other. Those are the 5 directions that she's pouring them in. And this is about someone who's trying to maintain some type of emotional balance, but they are all about showing themselves as they truly are. So this might be someone who's taking a real hard look at why they're in a partnership or a relationship. If you are single, this could be about you looking at what it is that you really want and what you desire, because what you are projecting outwardly to people may not be what you really want on the inside. Okay. Um, the moon can cause things to, we can see by the full light of the moon, but it casts long shadows. It's not like the full light of the sun. So it can make things seem scarier than they really are, give them different shapes. So we're not exactly sure what's going on. We got to pick our way down that path very, very, very carefully. It may take us a long time to get there. And while we're walking that path with that half light, we can be frightened very easily. Sound of something in the bushes. That thing up there looks like a person, but it actually turns out to be like an old tree stump. So it can be about illusions and delusions as well. The moon. Wow. The Lecherezza. This card is about sensitivity and tact. This is about someone, the way they feel. But this card can also represent sex. The Viaggio. The trip or the visit. Okay. And then we have Speranza. The hope. But this card can also be about the waiting. So this could literally be someone who is about to enter into a new relationship with someone, but they're secretly waiting for an old partner to come back, which may be why we have the Il Nemico. That's why it descends from the 9 to the 3. This is the consolation. Well, I can't have that person, so I'm going to go ahead and take this person. Why? Because they're offering me something. All right, let's take, that's interesting. This could even be about turning someone down because you feel that they're not, they don't fit the image. The 7th house is opposite the 1st house. How do things look? That's quite interesting. What's that old adage? Don't judge a book by its cover. All that glitters is not gold. Too good to be true. What's hidden will come to light. Now, whatever question was not answered by this spread, I'm going to pull one angel answer card. Go ahead and formulate your question in your mind, please. And maybe the angel answer card will give you the answer that you need to hear most. All right, here we go. One card. Within the next few weeks. Okay, that's what I have for you, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh God, allergies. Until next time, namaste. Pisces, a quick addendum. The 3 cards that came out on the moon, the Lecherezza, the Viaggio, and the Speranza. I think also what this is saying is that right when you are about to move into some type of new partnership, somebody else, perhaps it is somebody from your past, may be making an appearance. That's it. Namaste.